Hello! I might have better timing on this video because my dinner's set to go off in just under 10 minutes. So, even if it does, it's okay. It's chicken. You can't really go wrong with chicken. So, my day. Wow. So, I had an earlier start. And I went to bed at what for me was an early night, although probably not early enough. It was weird because I usually have a little chat with Aaron, nothing, just. And I normally say to him good night, because then he knows I've gone to sleep, and he just says a polite good night back, and that's it. The conversation's over for another day. It's all good. I kind of turned around and I'd written, night, and I'd forgotten to send it, and there was lots of beeping on my phone. Oh, what's going on? I couldn't sleep properly. And about an hour, near enough an hour later, I realised, I hadn't actually sent the good night message. He wasn't tweeting at me necessarily, but there was a lot of things going on, and it's like, oh, okay. And then I was like, all right. So I did that, sent him the night message, sent night back, and that was fine. And then I curled back up, closed my eyes, and then my alarm went off. I actually don't know if I slept last night. I probably did. I mean, I've not collapsed or anything. I kind of half drifted a little while ago. So I do have the tired. I very much have the tired. But I'm making dinner now. I had a big lunch. I had money. I had a good pay week this week. So I was actually able to do the thing where you pay bills apart, because I've got a credit card bill. I tend to pay that week by week when I've got the money. And I had a lot of bills to pay off. So obviously I've still got stuff to pay next week. But again, next week, I've had 4 days this week, so I should have another, not as good, but it's still a good week. So yeah, I did the thing where you pay your bills and then still have money. So I treated myself to a Subway. And I got cookies. In fact, I've got lots of cookies, because they do 12 cookies for £3.50, and it's like, that's amazing. That's actually a really good price. So yeah, I have cookies, and the sandwich was really nice. And now I'm making dinner. I'm having chicken with leeks, and I found this vegetable mix thing for a side, so should be good. Yeah, I went to Tesco and bought some Yellow Label stuff. So yeah, my day's been pretty good, pretty chill, pretty mellow. Just did what I was told, cleaned up all the areas, kind of had a chill afternoon in town. It was one of those days because I started earlier in the morning. It got warmer as I went along. I swear I'm getting sunburn in the back of my ears. It was very hot at the moment. So yeah, good day. No major incidents. Like, give someone some directions. But yeah, all good. I like it when I have just a good day. Here we go. What's the question? What is the question? Actually, when I was in Tesco, I saw some tokidoki like blind bags. I don't really tend to collect those because one, I think they're a little overpriced, and two, you can't guarantee it. I was kind of tempted, but I decided against it. Maybe another day, but not today. Make a list of 5 things you're totally obsessed with. It can be anything from hair products to pasta to coloured pens. Not so much hair product. I mean, I've got a new shampoo. I say recently. I told you about it before. With it's specially specific for people with long hair, and I'm finding that. And I've had some other shampoos that I've really liked, but I'm definitely putting this as a new favourite. I'm quite happy to stick with this. So I'm not really sticking that as an obsessed thing. It's just because they gave it as an example. Actors. I do the thing where there are several actors on my list. I've probably mentioned that on a previous video. But what I tend to do is have obsessive phases. So, I'll have a phase where I'm watching or Robert Downey Jr. films. I'll have a phase where I watch a lot of David Duchovny stuff. Like I had the X-Files marathon. I watch other films. I'll do a Benedict Cumberbatch phase. It's and these are actors that I still like, consistently. But there'll be moments when like my interest kind of peaks, and I was like, I just want to watch this person right now. Sometimes it could be like a general thing, like I'm doing a Stargate marathon. I'll do like really like Michael Shanks. I'm doing I'll have a Doctor Who marathon, or just like the 11th Doctor or something. So, yeah, actors are kind of in general, but I tend to have phases and waves of like really, really liking them, and then not, kind of like tapering off and watching something else or doing something else. I do have a massive amount of markers, but they are okay. So where are we at? Yeah, you see the 3D printer on the floor, and then the Harry Potter books, and then my guitar next to it. Yeah, they're in a box underneath that lot behind the Harry Potter books. I will show you them one day. I do have a lot of coloured... Oh, hang on, let me bring you to it. I do actually collect stationery. So... Oh, there we go. Maybe next time... There's my ceiling. Maybe next time I try that, I should get myself balanced before I pick something up. But I do have a lot of art pencils. In fact, this entire suitcase... I'm not going to open it up now because it will end in disaster. But this entire suitcase is filled with like sketchbooks and pencils and paints and stuff. That's paintbrushes. So yes, stationery and art supplies is definitely an obsession. And oh look, what happens when we turn around? Could DVDs be considered obsession? Could this be considered an obsession? Collecting lots of DVDs. That's I don't know. I mean, is this an obsession? Is this something that could be considered obsessive? What do you think? I mean, that's just comic book movies and some TV series. I'm assuming they got into frame. Yeah, there you go. Is that an obsession? I mean, there are Doctor Who DVDs in here, but okay, this one isn't me. This one's himself, and these are war documentaries, which he happens to like. I don't, I take it or leave it. I'm not a big war buff, but he does. I do actually have pins. Obviously you've seen most of my pins collection if you watch my unboxings, but I do bought some other ones. I'm kind of obsessed with collecting, if you can call it an obsession. I will sit down in a minute, but I'm kind of stood up now. I'm also feeling a bit snuffly. So there's that. I mean, I don't know if I can necessarily list 5, because within a given thing I can tend to have more. So DVDs definitely counts as one. Art supplies counts as one. Lots of like, pens and paper. I don't know if I necessarily consider the pins an obsession, because now that the pins itself has finished as a collection, I've still got the box and all that, but I'm not. Because I'm considering getting a different subscription box. If I get a different subscription box and it happens to have enamel pin of some description in it, then yes, I'll think, hey, more pins, and that'd be cool. But otherwise, I'm not gonna sort of go out and seek a new pins collection. I'm not sure I can list 5 things. Like I said, I mean, there's like that counts as art supplies, I guess, and colouring books. So that's I do sort of like collecting things. I have loads of key rings. I have I've got a few pop figures. Most of the pop figures I got in goodie boxes, and then there's some I deliberately bought. Like I bought Monica and Chandler. I deliberately bought my Piglet one. I bought the Labyrinth collection. I've got some My Little Ponies. So, again, that's not necessarily a collection. It is a thing that I purposely collect. It's just I got a few and I found some in my fandoms and like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I'll collect those as well. Tea. You could consider. You can't really see it right now. You possibly could consider my tea collection. I think you can probably see that. Basically, the brand of tea I like, they stopped making, so I bulk ordered it from Amazon, and I have like a couple of 100 boxes, and then they stopped doing it, so I can't get any more. But I've got a 2 or 3 year supply of tea of a particular brand, so if you consider that an obsession, then okay, fair enough. But yeah, I have various things that I collect, but again, I wouldn't necessarily consider that obsession, you know, in that kind of way. So yeah, I guess primarily different actors that I will sort of phase. Is that weird? I will phase on and off of my games. I can get a little obsessive when in the moment when I'm playing my games, but you know, I've got loads of games that I really enjoy, and like I will play endlessly in the moment, but then when I've put them down, I don't tend to bother again. So yeah, nothing that I would consider necessarily a problem, because I tend to recognise my obsessive behaviours, or at least try to. I wasn't always good at it, but my mother is obsessive and doesn't admit that she ever has obsessive tendencies, and that's not good. So I think I just, from observing her, I decided, no, you know what, obsession is weird and it can cause problems. So I will cop to my DVD collection, my book collection to a lesser extent. You know, obsessively waiting on certain actors, like, you know, this is going to be, you know, Brent Spiner month. I haven't had a Brent Spiner month for ages. He doesn't have that many more films outside of Star Trek, which is a shame. But yeah, so, you know, this is going to be like Brent Spiner month, or, you know, whatever, like, obsessed with that. Or, like I say, art supplies and the collecting thereof, especially when they're sort of on sale or whatever. So, yeah, I can't come up with 5, and that's probably a good thing. I am somewhat obsessed with people knowing where I am on Twitter. And I haven't mentioned it directly for a while, but I'm kind of obsessed with the idea of having more than 38 subscribers. You know, that'd be nice. And liking me and comments and tell me your obsessions and listen and get some kind of dialogues going. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the tour of the flat again. I know it's nice to get some movement in and out again. So yeah, thanks for watching, especially you who are still here and watching this. You are awesome. I've been Michelle, you've been listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!